In this video, I'm going to be giving you a playbook, a step-by-step process that you can follow to a T to become a blockchain developer in 2023, and even score a high-paying remote job if you want. This information is coming from me spending the last 12 weeks creating a Web3 bootcamp where I literally have been teaching a small group of test students Solidity, React, and a bunch of other tools and ideas in Web3, and basically helping them master it so they can build the next Aave or Curve or Trader Joe or PancakeSwap or Sunday Swap, or at least get a high-paying job at one of these companies. Welcome to Whiteboard Crypto, the #1 YouTube channel for crypto education. Here, we explain topics of the cryptocurrency world using analogies, stories, and examples so that anyone can easily understand them. In this video, I'm going to be explaining how you can become a blockchain developer, the steps that I would take if I was starting over, and how you can learn to master Web3 development in less than 12 weeks. So first things first, Solidity is the programming language that Ethereum developers use. Technically, there are other languages, but Solidity is the one that's most used. It's actually very simple, and if you've already learned a language like Python or JavaScript, you'll probably pick it up pretty easily. If you haven't already learned a programming language, let me give you a free lesson of 80% of the things that you'll need to master to code anything that you want. Number 1, variables. In development, variables are literally temporary items that store information. They are called variables because they vary. In other words, we can change them. For example, I could create a variable named name and set it equal to Theodore. Next, I could request the value of name and get the value of Theodore. And finally, most importantly, in the future, we could change it from Theodore to Grandpa. And now that variable has a new value. Variables hold all kinds of information. Technically, with a few simple pieces of variables like numbers and letters, we can organize variables neatly to store any amount of information. Some variables are created by using other variables. And variables are very simple to learn, but they are the foundation of development because they allow computers to store information. Next, we have something called conditionals. These are simply conditional statements that check if something is true, and if they're true, they run some other piece of code. For example, we could create a website that checks if the name of the person entering the website is Theodore. If it is, they can enter the website, and if it's not, then we could simply display a warning message. Either way, what a conditional does is lets you check a variable and see if it's equal to, greater than, less than, or you can even compare it to another variable to do something depending on the outcome. Next, we have functions. When it comes to Solidity, functions are the main way that we interact with the blockchain. Some functions, when you call them, they don't even change the blockchain. They just retrieve information that's already on it and give it to you. Long story short, you can